Welcome to our 2021-2022 workshop series. Today we'll be discussing effective written communication as a Take Stock scholar. We're all so happy to have you in our program and we look forward to working with you for this school year. So let's go ahead and get started. So this workshop will cover how to improve your writing by showing and not telling. Remember that your annual thank you letter is due on October 15th, 2021. We will also discuss how to communicate with the Take Stock staff. Before we get into our presentation, I'd like to share a video with you that really goes into some of the details on how to show your story.
Welcome back to Ingvid. Here we are with a writing lesson. We are looking at the skill of showing, not telling, and it's going to transform your writing as long as you put it into practice afterwards. Show, not tell. What's he talking about? When we're writing, we want to avoid simple statements that don't really add any description or flavour. For example, the man was stressed. Boring. Instead, I want you to paint a picture. I really want you to describe that the man is stressed without telling me that he is. So how can you do that? We're kind of trying to avoid this word and describe it instead. So what's he doing? The man was fidgeting. He's fidgeting. He's so stressed he can't sort of stay still and biting his nails. Okay, so pick out a couple of details that show how the person was. Next one. The room was messy. Again, it's a simple sentence in that it's just one sort of main clause and it's not very interesting. Much better to describe the items in the room that make it messy. For example, there was a leftover pizza, dirty clothes were strewn. I'll write that word for you. That means they were covering the floor and there were dirty plates and cups. Okay? These details give us the idea that it is messy. Example 3. The woman was confident. Okay, but it'd be much more effective if you described how she was confident. So how does she move? How do other people react to her? She strode, that means she walked, but with purpose. Okay, so I've picked an interesting verb. She strode into the room and everyone turned their heads to notice her. Okay, much clearer, more vivid idea of confidence than just saying she was confident. Example 4. The boy was careful. Tell us how he was careful. He placed his favourite magazine in the top drawer of his cabinet. Okay, so we need to say exactly what he is placing. The object there has been missed out. He placed, there's no room for me to write it, you get the idea. He places his favourite book or magazine, and look how specific he is, the top drawer of his cabinet. Next example, the stadium was full. Again, I'm bored with this simple sentence construction. We need to make it more interesting. The sound from the stadium was deafening, okay, and then give us some main action, perhaps. The sound from the stadium was deafening as the crowd rose up to chant the player's name, okay. Give us the sense that the stadium is full from what you can see and what you can hear. Okay, a couple of ones to describe weather. It was hot. Okay, well, a very young child could write a sentence like that. So if you're sort of a teenager or an adult, it's time to raise the bar. How can we tell that it is hot? Well, the sun was causing damage to, the sun was melting, the sun was burning, the sun was causing the lady's skin to turn red. Okay, pick out details that show the effect. It was cold. It was cold. How do we know it was cold? How cold did it feel? What can you see? Drain pipes were freezing. Ice was as thick as, I don't know, was 3 inches thick. Whatever. You've got to show details rather than just stating things. It was windy. The umbrella was totally bent out of shape. The umbrella, you know, for keeping the rain off us, was totally, that means fully bent. Yep. Bent out of shape, out of its normal position. He found it funny, right? How funny did he find it? Okay, better for us to get the idea, to picture what he was doing. He was rolling around the floor in hysterics. Okay, when you're find something so funny, you're like, ah! Okay, he can't control his body. He finds it so funny. Hysterics, that means like totally lost control. Hysteria. Okay, hysterics. In hysterics means finding something really, really funny. The castle was captured, right? I want to get a sense of drama. I want to imagine what's happening there at the castle. Is the king having his head cut off? Are the new army marching in? What's happening? The new flag was hoisted up on high, greeted by a cheer from the crowd. Okay? Paint pictures. Pick out details. Okay? It's good to have a range of adjectives, but how can you show those adjectives? How can you describe them instead? Thank you for watching today's video.
So welcome back from the video. Let's talk about thank you letters now. Your thank you letter should express your gratitude sincerely. Make sure that your notes are brief and to the point, so start by thanking the person right away. Be specific about what you're grateful for. Describing the gift a little bit will help make it clear that you've thought about it and it's something that you cherish. So let's talk about what is acceptable and what is much better when we are writing our thank you letters. So acceptable is, thank you very much for giving me this scholarship. But much better is, your generous donation is giving me the opportunity I've always dreamed of to become a teacher, and I'll always be grateful. So you can see how just by adding a few words, we've really kind of upped our gratitude in this statement. Letting the donor know why their gift is cherished is very, very important. So think about the contribution your donor has made for your benefit. Show them that this effort and the gift itself is important to you. And we always want to try to be honest and sincere. Let them know why their gift is cherished. So acceptable is, I'm so glad that I will be able to go to college for free. Much better is, my mother went to college for a year before I was born, but then went back to work. She has always said that college for me is her biggest goal, and I'll be the first person in my family to graduate. So again, this is showing why the gift is cherished. So share a little news or a story. Now that you've expressed your gratitude, it's nice to show, not tell the sponsor how Take Stock in Children has impacted your life. This makes all the difference between a dashed off note and an actual thank you letter, and the recipient will take even more pleasure in receiving your words. So acceptable, my grades have been pretty good so far in high school. But much better, after starting off not understanding algebra in the beginning of the year, I found some helpful online workshops on Khan Academy, and I just brought my semester grade up to a B. So after you've thanked them one time and you've told your story, it's always important to let the donor know that you appreciate them one last time. So to wrap up things nicely, let them know how much you appreciate their support for your college education. Okay, you don't even have to bring up the gift again. Just thank them for being them. Acceptable? Thank you again for this scholarship. Much better. Thank you again for this amazing opportunity that has inspired me to work hard in school and succeed in whatever I put my mind to. Can you hear the difference? So to recap, thank them sincerely, tell them why you are thankful, share a story, and thank them again. So some general tips for effective letter writing. So watch for words that are spelled correctly, but it's the wrong word, right? So like one of the things we always have to edit is the word collage that is typed instead of the word college. Capitalize the letter I when referring to yourself, and capitalize proper nouns such as your name, the name of your school, or your city. And some words that might seem the same but are not, there, and there, and your, and your. And again, be sure to use TSIC or take stock in children, but not just take stock. Okay, so where do you find your thank you letter? Where do you write this? So you're going to go directly to our website, www.pinellaseducation.org/TSIC. Then scroll down to the middle school and high school section and click the box to complete the sponsor thank you letter. The update and letter are due by October 15th, 2021, and we would like to see you provide 2 to 3 paragraphs with 4 to 5 sentences each. I'm going to go out to our website now so that you can see exactly where this form is. Okay, so here we are on the Pinellas Education Foundation website, and we're just going to scroll down. To this part right here where it says takes TSIC middle and high school students and complete sponsor thank you letter. So you're going to click this, and this shows you, this is all the information that you need to fill out your sponsor thank you letter. So you're going to give your name, your contact information, your parent contact information, student ID, mentor name if you know it. If not, you can write IDK. Answer a few questions, and then we've also provided some topics for you to write in your thank you letter. So this is where you're going to write your thank you letter, is right down here in this gray box. I do suggest writing your thank you letter in Word first and then copying and pasting it into this box. That way you have your original thank you letter on file just in case there's some sort of technological issue. All right, so once you've done all this, completed the form, and clicked to put your letter into the gray box, you're going to hit submit, and then that will send us a notification that you've written your thank you letter. All right, so let's talk about communicating with coaches. So you each have a coach that's assigned to you who is a Take Stock in Children staff member. Your coaches will be emailing you as the first way of contact. If you receive an email from your coach, it is really important to reply. If the email asks you a question, answer it. If the email is something that's providing you with information, reply, thanks or got it. And every email should receive a reply within 24 hours. This is proper business etiquette and a good tool to start using now before you enter the workforce. Students, after you've completed this workshop, please return to the form in Teams, complete the last question, and submit the form. Your attendance cannot be counted until you submit the Teams form. Thank you so much for participating today. If you have any questions about the contents of this workshop, please contact the coach that is assigned to your school. Thank you.